Welcome back to my Lobotomy Corporation bedtime story reading. This is Hitori, and I'll be helping you fall asleep with some ambient audio and awesome OST from our favorite game, as I learn more about Lobotomy Corporation's abnormalities. In the last video, we read about Singing Machine. This time it will be Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary. This is now the 46th Abnormality in Corp reading. Check the entire playlist on the card on the upper right of this video. Let's begin. Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary. F-01-57, or Little Red for short, is a humanoid abnormality in the form of a female mercenary, along with black clothes and bandages. She wears a red hood and covers half of her face with a teeth-like mask. Only a single yellow eye can be seen from her face. She has several scars on her body and seems to have blood near her feet. When in combat, she wields shotgun-like pistols and a scythe-like dagger. She is one of two unique abnormalities in the game to have a counterpart or rivalry. Her counterpart abnormality being Big and Will Be Bad Wolf. Ability. Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary's ability triggers when her Qliphot's counter reaches 0 or by request work. Her Qliphot's counter can fluctuate in the following ways. Decrease by 1 when an abnormality anywhere in the facility reaches, with the exception of Punishing Bird. Decrease by 1 when an agent who finished a task on Big and Will Be Bad Wolf works on Little Red. Drop to 0 when Big and Will Be Bad Wolf house near her containment unit while she is in there. The player can order a request, which replaces her attachment work. The request consists of bringing up a wanted sign, which covers the cursor. The player can place it on a breaching abnormality, ordeal, or other suppressible entity and pay a cost in energy, which differs based on risk level: 80 for Teth, 120 for He, 160 for WoW, and 200 for Aleph. The target will be marked with Little Red's mark, and she will then run to its location to suppress it. Little Red's containment room will become immune to Qliphoth meltdowns, and her Qliphoth counter will not decrease for the duration of the request. The cost of ordering a request can be inconsistent with the selected abnormality's displayed risk level. For example, Amber Dusk is classified as WoW abnormality, costing 160 energy, but upon placing the wanted sign on it, the sign classified it as a Teth abnormality, costing only 80 energy. However, this inconsistency is exclusive to certain ordeals. Little Red has 1000 HP and 120 while running, movement speed, and possesses several attacks. Her target will have a mark similar to a yellow eye folding above the entity. Little Red will chase the entity through the facility until it is suppressed or she is suppressed. Normally, her attacks do not damage employees in the line of fire. Her attacks include a simple slice attack with her dagger, dealing 9 to 12 red damage and inflicting 1 stack of bleeding. A double attack with her dagger, dealing 9 to 12 red damage twice, each hit inflicting 1 stack of bleeding. Tossing her dagger towards a target, dealing 7 to 13 red damage, and inflict 3 stacks of bleeding to every target that gets hit by the dagger. The dagger will stop when it reaches the end of the room. She does not need to recover the dagger to continue attacking. A long-range shot with her gun, dealing 15 to 18 red damage to every target in front of her. The gunshot's damage is increased by 5 for every stack of bleeding on the target. When her target is out of melee range, she equips 2 guns and fires them towards her marked target while walking towards it, dealing 15 to 18 red damage to all targets in front of her. These gunshots do not benefit from stacks of bleeding on targets. She will stop and perform other attacks when she returns to melee range against her marked target. If the target leaves the room, she will run after it, but continue to attack with her gun until she has left the room completely. 1 stack of bleeding lasts 3 seconds. 2 stacks of bleeding last 10 seconds. 3 stacks of bleeding last 20 seconds. When the target abnormality is suppressed or when she is defeated, she will return to her containment room. If her Qliphot's counter is depleted, she will breach and become hostile against employees. She will mark the first employee or entity that she sees, attacking and chasing them until they die. Moving to another nearby target in sight, she will continue breaching until subdued or the day ends. If she marks an employee, the mark can be removed by working on an abnormality. If Little Red encounters the big and will be bad wolf in the same room, she will go berserk, with red flames manifesting around her. From this point, she will only focus on the wolf until one of them is defeated. In this state, Little Red's attack damage and movement speed will be increased by a factor of 1.5. If she defeats the wolf, any employees that the wolf has eaten will be released and given an ego gift called Sheepskin that increases HP by 9 and decreases SP by 3. However, if another entity lands a killing blow on the wolf, Little Red will remain in a berserk state, fully recover her HP, increase her attack damage by ×2 instead of ×1.5, and will take plus 35% damage until suppressed. Story. I'm a pro. If you make a request, then I might help you. I used to be expensive, but I'll cut you some slack here, under one condition. Hand that dreadful, cunning bastard over to me if you ever see him. I'll hang his head over my bed. Only then can I get up in the morning without having a nightmare. An imposing abnormality, taking the form of a female warrior with a striking red hood. Her frayed hood has initials embroidered on it, unreadable due to the damage the hood has taken. Many patches can be seen on the hood, suggesting that it's been well worn. According to her claims, she used to be a mercenary before coming to this facility, wandering around without fixed residence. She does not trust others easily and has an extreme fondness for battle. She's unusually uncomfortable with parts of her face and body being exposed or looking at a mirror. Other numerous symptoms of paranoia have been observed in her behavior. She has a strong desire to resolve emergency situations when they break out. She calls it a request of some kind. Since this behavior consequently helps management, the company recommended putting it to use depending on the situation. The following contains information that employees of every level should note. However, when she encounters the big bad wolf, the situation will change drastically. She will undergo several psychological transitions, including sudden depersonalization and intermittent explosive disorder. This encounter will lead to serious collateral damage, so it is advised to avoid any case where the two may face each other. Between us, there's no victory to be won. All I think about is how I'll kill that bastard in a way more gruesome and painful than the last time. Thus, there's no toasts to raise. There's no deliciously baked cakes to eat or wine to drink. I got used to grinding the axe instead of picking flowers when I was 15. Trivia. The Abnormality is a reference to the fairy tale of the same name, Little Red Riding Hood. This abnormality has been reworked along with her rival, following the legacy version, with a minor addition to her appearance and reworked animations. Before version 0.3.0.9, her counter did decrease when Punishing Bird breached, which caused her to breach more often due to Punishing Bird's method of breaching, making it the first balance change based on another abnormality. It has been confirmed by one of the developers that the abnormality's design is based, at least partially, off Bloodborne. Little Red Riding Hood in Mercenary's aberration, Blue Smocked Shepherd, is first seen in episode 6 of Wonderlab as the first example of an aberration to be introduced, with them later appearing again in episode 36. Their ego is most notably worn by the head of the control department, Joe. When it said in the trivia that her appearance is loosely from this character in Bloodborne, I mean, I can totally see it. You know, the one with a red dress. But aside from that, when it got this abnormality, everybody was just excited. They're like, oh, finally, something helpful. I mean, there are other helpful abnormalities, but this one, boy. They even recommended that I get her for Gebura's core suppression, but I didn't because I'm dumb. I don't know why I didn't get her. Honestly, I just think that maybe Wolf is gonna come back. Okay, first of all, let me tell you a story. I got Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary, and then after like a few more departments opened, you know, the wolf came, and I accidentally sent somebody from the wolf to Little Reds. So I just basically screwed myself over. For some reason, I always do the dumbest things in this game. Like, who would have thought that the Firebird's cloak, if you go to the Ice Queen's containment unit, they would freaking die. And then also here, when I got the wolf, and I put somebody into the wolf and then to Red's containment unit, it would cause havoc. Did I know it prior that it would be hell to pay if I did all of those things? Of course not. Of course not. I just accidentally do the worst things you could possibly do in this game without ever knowing it. Because as much as I would want to read everything in stream, like I am doing now, it would be way too much time because most of the character here has actually quite long stories, long logs, and it's actually very interesting to read about it. That is basically why I made this series. I think I want to highlight the stories of each abnormality. I think it's very interesting. So here I am blabbering about my mistakes during my playthroughs, but I really enjoy Little Red, okay? Very helpful, especially because, let's see in my list, a few more abnormalities from now, 2 more abnormalities from now, this specific WoW abnormality just keeps on getting out. And Little Red is always the one saving my skin for that every time they would break out. And I'm forever grateful. Maybe I'll get her again soon. You know, even though I already suppressed Gebura's, core suppression thing. Maybe she can help me again somehow. Hopefully, I do hope that I can get more olives soon, but I'm just saying, for some reason, this entire playthrough, right, you see that this is the 46th abnormality we have read so far. And I have never got any olive abnormalities. And I have already been accused of cheating the game, in which I have not, of course. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just better at looking at the description of the boxes and feel like they're going to be bad for you. You know, not like you. You're kind of a, not very that observational to see if it's going to be a tough guy or not. Just, maybe you just don't read that much. Am I calling you stupid? Possibly. It's up to you if you're gonna take that as a insult or not. But if you do get insulted, I'm actually not sorry. That's a you problem. Now, if you have tips or interesting details about this abnormality, please comment about it down below. If you like, you can also catch my stream in Twitch and here on YouTube so that you can assist me if you're a veteran in the game. If you want more Project Moon content from me, please don't hesitate to like the video. Also, you can support me further with my Patreon. And don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Let's get to 1K before the end of December. Or maybe we already have. I pre-recorded this video quite a long time, okay? So, I would like to thank my current Patreon supporters that are shown on the screen, as well as my Twitch subscribers. I want to always let you know that I appreciate all of your interactions with me in the comment sections and also in my streams. Truly. This thanks is also extended to you who's currently watching. Anyway, until next time, I hope you rest easy.